having a low omega-3 index was like smoking with respect to all-cause mortality.
With this shocking discovery and the harm that low omega-3 causes, isn't it time to make a change? We all know that smoking is bad for our health. Every year, smoking is responsible for about 1 in 5 deaths in the US and millions more worldwide. It's widely recognized as one of the most dangerous habits, drastically cutting life expectancy. But what if low omega-3 levels in your body could be just as bad or even worse? Today, we have Dr. Rhonda Patrick, a renowned expert in the field of health and longevity, to break down this shocking discovery. She'll explain why having these low levels are so harmful, how they compare to smoking, and the one supplement that can actually help you live longer. Stick around, because the science and data behind this could change how you approach your health forever. Let's get started.
And if you look at the data, there's this beautiful graph. The life expectancy curves overlay, where those two are the same. And it's just kind of mind-blowing because not getting enough omega-3, not having a high omega-3 index, was as bad as smoking with respect to life expectancy.
When most people think of smoking, they immediately associate it with cancer, especially lung cancer. However, the true danger of smoking lies in how quickly it deteriorates cardiovascular health. Unlike cancer, which takes decades to develop, the effects on the heart and blood vessels start much sooner. This is where omega-3 levels become crucial. Omega-3 provide protection in the very areas smoking affects the most, such as reducing inflammation, lowering blood pressure, and improving cholesterol levels. By supporting heart and vascular health, omega-3 help counteract some of the damage caused by smoking, offering vital protection for cardiovascular well-being.
And scientists from Harvard had attributed about 84,000 deaths a year to not getting enough omega-3. In other words, people that were having that low omega-3 index.
Dr. Rhonda Patrick highlights a Harvard study that identified low omega-3 levels as one of the top 6 preventable causes of death, right alongside smoking and hypertension. According to the study, approximately 84,000 deaths each year are linked to insufficient omega-3 intake, with most being related to cardiovascular disease. What's even more eye-opening is that the same number of deaths, around 82,000 annually, were attributed to trans fats, a universally recognized dietary villain. Yet while trans fats are now actively avoided, few people prioritize getting enough omega-3 in their diet. This issue stems largely from the source. Omega-3 from marine sources like fish are far more effective than plant-based omega-3. Dr. Patrick also emphasizes the omega-3 index, a long-term biomarker for omega-3 status in red blood cells. Improving this index requires consistent omega-3 intake over several months, similar to how HbA1c reflects long-term glucose control.
That I like to think about nutrition, which is, what do we need, right? Instead of always focusing on what to avoid. Because if you focus on what to avoid, you still may not be getting what you need to run your metabolism, to run, neurotransmitter synthesis and all of that. So omega-3 fatty acids are hugely important for many things, and we could talk hours for that, but
the framework when thinking about nutrition is focusing on what we need, rather than just what we should avoid. By concentrating on essential nutrients, we ensure that we're providing our body with what it requires to function optimally, from running metabolism to neurotransmitter synthesis. Omega-3 fatty acids are especially important in this context, as they play a crucial role in many bodily functions. While smoking increases cardiovascular risks, omega-3 lowers those risks and support overall heart function.
Now, a lot of people, when they think about smoking being bad, they think about, cancer. Smoking increases cancer and lung cancer, But that takes sort of decades to accumulate the kind of damage you need, to increase that risk of cancer. It's your cardiovascular health that's at high risk with smoking. And it's not a linear risk like cancer is. The more packs you get, under your belt, the more packs of cigarettes you get under your belt, the higher the cancer risk. But with risk of heart attack, risk of cardiovascular disease, it doesn't take as much.
Smoking has the most immediate and deadly effect on cardiovascular health. It significantly increases the risk of heart disease, heart attacks, and stroke, often in a much shorter time frame than cancer. The damage it causes to blood vessels, raises blood pressure, and increases inflammation makes it a major contributor to cardiovascular issues. Omega-3 fatty acids play a crucial role in combating these same cardiovascular risks. They help reduce inflammation, a key driver of heart disease, and improve cell membrane fluidity, which is essential for proper nutrient transport and receptor function. This allows the heart to function more efficiently and reduces the buildup of plaque in arteries, lowering the risk of heart attacks and strokes.
But if you then just looked at, in isolation, heart attack risk, it was almost 30% lower in the group that was taking the omega-3, which included DHA and EPA, versus placebo.
Key studies have shown just how impactful omega-3 can be in preventing heart disease. The Reduce It trial, which focused on individuals with existing cardiovascular disease, found that taking a high dose of purified EPA, which is one of the key omega-3 fatty acids, reduced the risk of death from heart attacks and heart disease by 25%. Similarly, the VITAL study demonstrated that omega-3 supplementation, which included both DHA and EPA, reduced the risk of heart attacks by 28%. These studies highlight that omega-3 are a powerful tool in reducing cardiovascular risk and may be just as important as other preventive measures. By improving heart health, omega-3 offer a simple yet effective way to combat the most common cause of death.
When I say higher, most of the studies are like 8% omega-3 index or more. And when I say low omega-3 index, most studies are 4% or lower. Average omega-3 index in the United States is about 4 to 5%. So we're really low. Compare that to Japan, they're like 10 or 11% omega-3 index.
However, the impact of omega-3 on life expectancy is just as profound. A study by Bill Harris found that individuals with an omega-3 index of 8% or higher have a 5-year longer life expectancy compared to those with an omega-3 index of 4%. This highlights the importance of maintaining healthy omega-3 levels for a longer and healthier life. The average omega-3 index in the US is alarmingly low, around 4 to 5% compared to Japan, where the average index is 10 to 11%. This difference in omega-3 levels may partly explain the 5-year life expectancy advantage that the Japanese population enjoys. What if the same nutrient that supports your heart and longevity could also enhance your brain and muscle health? Omega-3 could be the missing link you've been searching for. Stay tuned as we dive deep into this.
It takes, I would say, about 3 months. About 3 months is a good time range. Like, let's say you're now deciding I'm going to increase my omega-3 intake through supplementation, through maybe increasing sources of, high EPA and DHA, like fatty fish, wild Alaskan salmon. You would wait about 3 months, again, because it takes about that long for your red blood cells to turn over. So you have to wait that long before you can get an omega-3 index test done.
If you want to improve your omega-3 levels, it will take about 3 months of consistent intake to see noticeable changes. This is because it takes around 3 months for your red blood cells to turn over, and that's when your omega-3 levels will be reflected in tests. One of the best ways to increase omega-3 intake is by eating fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, or sardines. These fish are rich in EPA and DHA, the 2 types of omega-3 that are most beneficial for the body. If you don't eat fish, omega-3 supplements are a good option. Fish oil or krill oil supplements are commonly used to boost omega-3 levels. For those who follow a plant-based diet, you can get omega-3 from sources like flax seeds, chia seeds, walnuts, and hemp seeds. However, these contain ALA, a form of omega-3 that the body needs to convert into EPA and DHA. Unfortunately, this conversion process is not very efficient, so you might need to consume more ALA-rich foods to get the same benefits.
With that said, on average, it takes people about 2 grams of omega-3 a day to go from a 4% to an 8%, and those studies have been done.
To improve your omega-3 levels from a low level, around 4%, to a healthier level, 8%, studies suggest that taking 2 grams of omega-3 daily can help. Keep in mind that everyone's body is different, so how quickly your omega-3 levels increase will depend on your individual needs and metabolism. With patience and consistency, you can improve your omega-3 levels and support your overall health. To understand the full impact of omega-3 on overall health, it's essential to look at its roles in both brain and muscle function, where it plays a critical part in enhancing cognitive performance and supporting muscle health.
And that brain-derived neurotrophic factor, it plays an important role in muscle, helps with muscle repair, but also crosses the blood-brain barrier, gets into the brain. Hugely beneficial for neuroplasticity, which is the ability of your brain, your neurons in your brain to sort of adapt and make new connections based on environmental changes and stimuli. So as we get older,
omega-3 fatty acids are well known for their positive effects on brain health. One of the most important benefits of omega-3 is its ability to boost brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF. BDNF is a protein that plays a vital role in neuroplasticity, which is the brain's ability to form new connections and adapt to changes. This is important for learning, memory, and cognitive function. High levels of BDNF can help protect the brain from aging and diseases such as Alzheimer's, and they also support better cognitive resilience, which is the brain's ability to recover from challenges like stress or injury. Omega-3 also supports the fluidity of neuronal membranes, which helps neurons to communicate better. When the membranes around the neurons are flexible, it allows for better function of neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin. These neurotransmitters are responsible for regulating mood, focus, and overall mental well-being. A healthy balance of dopamine and serotonin is essential for maintaining a positive outlook, managing stress, and staying mentally sharp.
Well, omega-3 increases BDNF. So, I mean, that would be a direct interaction.
Direct effect,
right?
yes.
A direct effect. So, in that regards, yeah. And then omega-3 itself, so you're talking about in the muscle, this is where the DHA, I think, shines in a way, but it's to be determined.
Research shows that the omega-3 fatty acids, especially DHA, docosahexaenoic acid, are essential for maintaining the structure of brain cells. DHA makes up a large portion of the fat in your brain and is vital for keeping the brain's wiring in good shape. Consuming enough omega-3 helps support neuron survival and the function of different parts of the brain, such as those responsible for emotions, memory, and decision-making.
And I think what has become highly intriguing to me over the last, I would say, couple of years is the role of omega-3 in muscle in terms of it being possibly anabolic, certainly in preventing disuse atrophy, which is, that is a big problem for a large percentage of the population. And this research still is in its infancy. Chris McGlory's Dr. Chris McGlory, I did an interview with him a couple of months ago. He's one of the leaders in this area. He trained with Stu Phillips, Kevin Tipton. So, he's got like this, he's trained with a lot of these big guys in exercise physiology. But some of his research has indicated that, and it's very important, again, going back to like the way a randomized controlled trial is designed makes the difference, right? He's shown that high dose omega-3, so in the range of 4 to 5 grams, can cut disuse atrophy essentially in half. So in other words, you're losing 50% less muscle mass in an injury event. But in this event, it wasn't an injury, but they put a cast on people. They're doing healthy people instead of older people because it's a little more catastrophic to lose muscle mass when you're older. High dose omega-3, so in the range of 4 to 5 grams, can cut disuse atrophy essentially in half. So in other words, you're losing 50% less muscle mass.
In addition to brain health, omega-3 also provides significant benefits for muscle health. One of the most exciting findings in recent years is omega-3 ability to reduce disuse atrophy, which is the loss of muscle mass that occurs when the muscles are not being used, such as during periods of inactivity or injury. Studies show that high doses of omega-3, around 4 to 5 grams per day, can cut disuse atrophy by 50%, which means you will lose 50% less muscle mass during times when you are unable to exercise, like when you are recovering from an injury or surgery.
Those, like you take an omega-3 supplement and in the next few hours, those things are in your circulation, like pretty quick. But for it to accumulate in your cell membranes, let's say you're someone who is a low omega-3 person, you have a low omega-3 index, it takes a month for it to accumulate. And so if you do a randomized controlled trial and at the start, you give them omega-3 and then you're doing your experiments, your disuse atrophy, it's gonna, like at the end of your trial, let's say your trial is a month long, okay, now it's in their membranes, so preloading was essential. In other words, it had to have, they had to have gotten their omega-3 dose for a month before the actual disuse trial started.
Omega-3 help protect muscle mass by reducing inflammation and supporting the repair of muscle fibers. For example, if someone is in a cast after breaking a bone, omega-3 supplementation can help prevent significant muscle loss during the healing process. Omega, the third of May, also sensitize muscle cells to amino acids, including leucine, which is an important signal for muscle protein synthesis. This means that omega-3 can make your muscles more responsive to the protein you eat, which can support muscle growth and repair. This is particularly beneficial for people who are not getting enough protein in their diet or who are not doing resistance training. One reason omega-3 are beneficial for muscle health is their ability to improve the efficiency of mitochondria in muscle cells. Mitochondria are responsible for producing energy, and when they function optimally, your muscles have more energy to perform exercises and recover faster. Omega-3 help mitochondria work more effectively, which is important for those who want to maintain or build muscle mass, especially as they age.
Personally, I think that triglyceride form is probably better. I think it's incorporated into, there's some animal evidence that it's incorporated into cell membranes better than ethyl ester form, which makes sense.
One of the primary considerations is selecting a triglyceride form of omega-3, which is generally preferred for better absorption. Triglyceride omega-3 are thought to be incorporated into cell membranes more effectively, although animal studies suggest this form is more bioavailable. Additionally, third-party testing is crucial to ensure the supplement's quality. Websites like IFOS, International Fish Oil Standards, and Consumer Lab provide detailed testing results, including the concentration of EPA and DHA, which can sometimes be lower than what's stated on the label. Oxidation levels should also be considered, with a preference for those with a total oxidation level below 6, to avoid the degradation of the oil.
My only concern with that is the vitamin A level is so much, I had done the calculation at some point, but I don't remember how much fold higher than vitamin D, certainly than the omega-3 in there, that if you wanted to only get your vitamin D source from cod liver oil, you're gonna be getting like too much vitamin A, which is definitely something that can be toxic at high doses, right? So can vitamin D.
When it comes to specific omega-3 sources, cod liver oil is often questioned. While it provides beneficial vitamins A and D, it does not contain enough omega-3s to be used as a primary source of these fatty acids. The concern with cod liver oil is the high vitamin A content, which can be toxic in large doses. Therefore, while cod liver oil can be useful in moderation for vitamin A and D, it is not an ideal standalone omega-3 source. The overall emphasis is on ensuring the omega-3 supplement is in a bioavailable form, properly tested for purity and potency, and free from high oxidation levels to guarantee its effectiveness and safety. Omega-3 deficiency is a silent threat, linked to cardiovascular disease, brain aging, and other health issues. By making simple dietary changes, such as incorporating more fish or a high-quality omega-3 supplement, you can significantly improve your overall health and increase your life expectancy. Omega-3 support brain function, reduce inflammation, and promote muscle health, offering a wide range of benefits. Taking proactive steps to increase your omega-3 intake can lead to lasting improvements in your well-being. Take charge of your health today. Start increasing your omega-3 levels and invest in a healthier future. If you have enjoyed this video, then please subscribe for more videos like this one. See you in the next one.